Is the Bitcoin pump canceled? That's what we'll be covering on today's video. Yesterday, the daily candle closed above the resistance of the bull flag. So that was good, but we spoke about a potential fake out, and we said that even if Bitcoin comes down to $99,000, I know it sounds scary, Bitcoin will still remain bullish. The only point where Bitcoin doesn't remain bullish is if you come below $99,000. So until then, or if that happens, I still believe that Bitcoin will follow the M2 money supply. And don't worry, we have a lot of good news today. It's not all just doom and gloom, even though this one is a little bit bad. Even if Bitcoin comes down to 99, that's absolutely fine. And all the way, I'm going to be accumulating Bitcoin. Now, if you want to be opening long positions now, if you want to be opening long positions at support at 105,500, down at potentially $99,800, I want you to go to the first link in the description of today's video to be able to get 500 USDT in total. So as soon as you click this yellow sign up button from clicking the first link in the description, you're going to be able to make an account with just your email address, which takes 30 seconds in total. Then if you link your phone number to your account, which you can do so on this page, because after you click this button, put your email in, create your password, you'll be forwarded back to this page. You will link your phone number, and voila, in 48 to 72 hours time, you will get free 100 USDT to go ahead and open Bitcoin positions or altcoin positions in. If you deposit a $2,000 sum to your account, transfer that into your futures account, and keep it for 3 days without changing the balance, then you'll get 200 plus 100 plus 80 plus 20 USDT bonus, taking your overall bonus to 500 USDT. If you want to find out the full tutorial on how you can do this, you can watch the second link in the description. It's only 15 minutes and you can get free money by doing this. So make sure to utilize it because this campaign is only valid for a limited time. So even if Bitcoin comes down to that support, it's fine. Why are we seeing the dump? The dump is happening because an OG Bitcoin whale holding 80,000 Bitcoin transferred the entirety of this 80,000 Bitcoin onto different wallet addresses. We know that $2 billion worth of this 8 billion has been transferred to Kraken and Coinbase Prime, and these are the two biggest OTC trading desks within the US. So he is selling. This guy is taking profit. His wallets have been dormant for over 14 years, and he has an initial buying cost of 78 cents, which is unbelievable. So this guy has been hodling for the past 15 years almost, and he hasn't sold a single Bitcoin, and all of a sudden, or even done a single transaction, and all of a sudden he's basically planning on selling potentially 8 billion, but most likely $2 billion. So the good news is, because he's going to be doing these sales from OTC, the price will hopefully not be impacted directly. The only reason why price goes down is because of speculation. So when Michael Saylor buys Bitcoin, sometimes you can see a slight price increase. This is not because his buy is doing a direct effect on the price action. No, because he does it OTC. It's the speculation of people going ahead and doing the buying so that price goes up. That's the good news. Another good news is today's July 4th. Happy July 4th to every American celebrating. I hope you have a fantastic day and a fantastic prolonged weekend. The fact that today is July 4th means that markets are less liquid, so whatever dump we see today will probably be made back next week or in the future. So that's the good news. But the bad news is, obviously, it's a lot of Bitcoin and it can cause a potential flash crash. And if it does, then don't worry, because it will be a quick wick and then a continuation to the upside. So even if we see any sort of flash crash, make sure to buy the dip. That's all I can tell you. Altcoins, not so happy with this news. We're seeing coins down up to 10% in the top 100. S&P obviously closed for the holiday today, July 4th. Guys, we got the big beautiful bill passed in Congress, and there's going to be a massive signing ceremony at 4 p.m. Eastern time. This is Ray Dalio, one of the greatest hedge fund managers in the world's take on this bill being passed. He says, the most relevant point for us is that there's going to be a $2 trillion payment on interest rates, which is double what America is paying on its interest right now. What does this mean for Bitcoin? Well, it means that the M2 money supply, which is liquidity, that will grow exponentially. Because if interest payments increases, if your deficit increases, you go into a negative. And Ray Dalio speaks about this in a lot of detail. We went into it on the Moon Show, so I don't want to waste too much of your time. The main idea is that liquidity, M2 money supply, these will all skyrocket. Bitcoin automatically goes up when liquidity increases because the dollar devalues when you have to print more of it to pay all of your interest and all of the money that you owe. The debt ceiling is going to be raised in August, and people are already expecting a $38 trillion national debt by the end of this year. All of these things cause liquidity to go up and Bitcoin to go down. If you're an average American and you don't own Bitcoin yet, consider buying Bitcoin immediately because Bitcoin will be your hedge against the devaluation of your own currency. And in fact, this will impact every single individual in the world because if American dollar goes down, every single currency in the world will also follow along. So if you don't have Bitcoin, then you are in for a bad treat because your own currency will lose a lot of value in the upcoming few years and Bitcoin will be your only way out. So make sure to consider buying Bitcoin. And guys, if you want free money to get Bitcoin, at least on derivatives, you can use the first link in the description, sign up to Weeks and claim your free money. It's super important that you do that. Next week is going to be called Crypto Week in DC because they're going to be signing the Genius Act for stablecoins, more stablecoins in circulation, more dollars in circulation, more liquidity, higher the price of Bitcoin goes. The Clarity Act, which is the market structure bill that allocates every crypto into commodity, into security, into meme coin, that will also be going to the Senate. So it will be a very important week in a legislative perspective, going in from the week of 7th of July all the way to I can't math today. 11th of July, I'm assuming, or 12th of July. Guys, remember, if you want to make the most money from crypto, this is your time because the next 6 months is historically the most profitable time period for crypto and Bitcoin specifically. I will do a video on this likely tomorrow to go into it in more in-depth and detail. But I can tell you the next 6 months are going to be the most profitable time for you in your cryptocurrency journey. So now is not the time to sell. Now is the time to wait. And with that said, enjoy your beautiful 4th of July weekend. And I'll see you all on the weekend to talk more about this specific chart. So guys, take care. And as always, bye-bye.